session. Okay, I don't know whether Richie will show up today. Today is the last meeting. Today we're supposed to have the meeting in class, but because of the problem, so I did change to online. Okay, let's see here. How you been, Mitchell?
I've been good. How are you?
You almost done with your final presentation?
Yeah, it's done. I just have to watch over it to make sure it's good and then turn it in.
Okay. Uh, Ryan,
What was that?
you're almost done up your final presentation?
Yeah, I'm in the same phase of like I just have to listen to it over and over until it's like good enough to turn in.
Yeah, that's good. Again, you can do part one, part two, part three, doesn't matter with me.
Mhm.
As it's not below 30 minutes, so the minimum is 30 minutes and up. Okay, so with Rishi. Let's see, let's hear your guy again then. Let's see here. Let's start with me. How you been, me?
I think I'm doing okay. I recently lost my grandma like a week or two ago during Thanksgiving. Yeah.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
She passed away here in the state and in Vietnam.
No, she passed in Vietnam. My mom went to visit her, and I think like 4 days after my mom returned, she passed away.
Oh, really? She's
Yeah.
old.
She was like 75.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
You met her frequently?
I'm sorry?
You met her frequently on the FaceTime or so forth?
Yeah, we usually call, but I can't do that anymore.
Yeah, sorry for your loss. Okay,
Thank
Rishi,
you.
you are the only one today to do the presentation. Are you ready, Rishi? Okay. We have some problem with the audio. All right, while we were waiting for him. So let's start with you, me. What are the most important principle that you learn from this class? What is the most important thing that you take away from this class?
Me? Um, I have to think about that because I've learned a lot, but I think just the aspect of Buddhism itself, how important the sense of non-attachment is, and how you have to live in the moment rather than focusing on things that are always around you.
What else?
I think that's all that I have on top of my head for now. And I also think it's I the biggest takeaway is that I learned there are different types of Buddhism because I've always thought that it's always one universal thing. But through this class, I learned that there's different ones and different schools of Buddhism.
So which one you enjoy the most? Working by yourself, work with your partner, um, have an online meeting or in-person meeting and so forth. Which one?
I think working with a partner, I had a pretty good partner for this class.
Well, that's nice. That's why
Yeah.
I create this kind of environment for you guys to learn together, right? Okay, we're still waiting for Rishi to check with his audio. All right, Angela, how you been,
Yes,
Angela?
I've been pretty good.
You
Nothing too
done,
exciting.
you almost done
Um,
your final?
I have my I had my last final this Friday. I
Mm,
haven't started studying, but should be fine.
that's great. So again, what are the biggest things that you take away from this class? Which one is you enjoy the most?
I think the biggest takeaway I took from this class was mainly the meditation segment and how like meditation is important for like our mental well-being, and it's like as a way to recenter ourselves. Same with the Zen lesson. I like that the class was asynchronous and how it's like both online and in person, and we had like the opportunity to meet new people and engage with each other, as well as like the weekly presentations, like the mini presentations that we would do in class.
Mm. So which one you love? With your partner, with yourself, in class, or online meeting and so forth?
Um, I like doing my presentation with my partner. I thought it was helpful to have someone else to like add on to the things that I missed.
Mhm. Okay, so you work well with your partner?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, thank you. All right, Rishi, Gateway, okay? Let's see, your sound is okay, right? You're only one get go over briefly with the other. Arston, your turn, please. You're not driving, right, Arston? Someone drive for you, right?
No, I'm not driving.
Good. Go ahead, please.
I think my biggest takeaway from this class would be like being mindful and like living in the present moment, because I think that's really important in college to not like overthink things and stuff like that.
Okay. So which format do you enjoy?
I think I enjoyed working with my partner more.
Okay.
It helped me understand things better, and like if I didn't get something, maybe they would, or if they didn't get something, maybe I would, you know?
Yeah, that's right. That's why a great environment for you guys work together to learn each other. Okay, Sarah, how you been, Sarah?
I've been doing good. So
Okay.
far, it's been pretty good.
Okay, so you must finish your final.
Yep, mine's almost done. I'm just finishing the last few parts because my computer couldn't take it, so I've been doing it in increments of 5 minutes because my computer can't take it.
Okay, so again, your turn, please. Sarah, what's your takeaway from this class? And what's your favorite format?
I think the thing that I took away from this class was the importance of like worldview, in a sense of looking at different topics through different perspectives, like suffering, how a lot of people like look at suffering, they're like, oh my God, it's just so horrible. But there's a way to alleviate that suffering through looking at it in a different way so it doesn't harm you as much.
Can you give one example?
I was reading an article for one of the presentations we had to do. I forget which article it was. But so the article was talking about suffering, and it said that think of like getting your tooth extracted after you've had a lot of pain in it. You're not happy that the tooth was extracted. You're happy because the pain is gone. And that was kind of like its whole euphemism.
Wow, that's nice. And even like the final, right? Some of you, if you don't know how to handle your mentality, you stress out, right? Wow, so much for me to study, so much thing for me to handle. But if you step back, and you recognize us, that's the final to see how much you learn from the courses, whichever math, English, and so forth, right? So if you have a positive state of mind, everything is okay. If you have negative state of mind, it's terrible. All right, so it just come from just state of mind, how you handle things. All right, Danny, yeah, please. Thank you, Sarah. Danny.
I think I enjoyed learning about this class and like the different parts of Buddhism because again, I also didn't know that there were so many the branches.
That's right. Mm.
I thought I could like relate many of the ideas and practices to thoughts in life, and I thought that was really cool. And I think I preferred working alone because I could um,
Okay.
hold my own responsibilities.
About online meeting, in class meeting, and so forth. Which one you prefer?
I didn't really have a preference. I guess online because I'm able to access the calls whenever.
Convenient, huh? Right? Instead of driving there and have some problem with parking and so forth, traffic, right? All right. So thank you, Tony. You ready?
Yes.
Hmm.
Can you ask the questions again?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What you take away from this class?
Oh, uh, I I just learned a lot more about Buddhism than I did originally. I grew up in the temple, like with my family, but I didn't know much. Like they didn't teach me anything. I just went, you know?
Mm-hmm. That's the
So that was my favorite part of the class.
That's education, right? You can share with your family members, right? Instead of going to the temple and you learn some meanings there, right? So you share something with your family member, your sibling, what you learned in class.
Yeah, I told my little brother because he didn't know anything either.
He's in college and still in high school.
He's in middle school. He's small.
That's little, huh? Yeah. He encouraged him like when he getting older, go to year person and take my class. Few years, I don't know whether I still teaching or someone will. Which format you like?
I like online.
Online?
Yeah, it's just because I have a class right after this, so it's easier online.
Good. Thank you. Mitchell, please.
Um, what I gathered from the class was just being more mindful about life in general. Like I would find myself, if I ever got angry or upset, I would like take a step back and look at it from a different perspective, or I would just try and be kinder to people when normally like I wouldn't just think about it at all, really. Like there's always situations where you could just be neutral and not say anything, but then there's situations where you could be kinder in those situations and potentially make someone else's day better. So I was just being a lot more mindful throughout my days.
Just stay apply, right? About the format.
I like the format because I also have a class right after. So being able to like be on my laptop close to my next class. So right when the class is done, I can just go straight to it was nice.
But if completely online is boring, right? We would need to see each other at least few times per semester, right?
Yeah. But it also is nice with the field trip, being able to go and see that aspect of it. So that was nice.
Yeah. Thank you, Ariana. Please.
I think what I took away from this class was to be kinder to ourselves. Like as college students, we go through a lot of stress and sometimes we get disappointed. And I think that we're too hard on ourselves and we also deserve some kindness. So I think that's like what I took away the most. And also to be kind to other people and be mindful that your actions have consequences. And I prefer the online format of the class just because campus is kind of far, but yeah.
So did you do online presentation with someone else?
The final one or the group presentation?
The online group presentation, did you do with someone else?
No, I did the analysis paper.
Good. All right, good. Thank you.
Thank
And
you.
please, and
What I took most from this class is like about learning that there's more different types of Buddhism instead of like one, which I originally thought. And I enjoyed that it was an online class because, like the others said, I had like a class immediately after this. So that's very helpful for me.
your dad enjoy our celebration when you invite him to come to my center?
Probably.
Hopefully. He Buddhist?
Yeah, but I don't he doesn't practice as much as like my mom does. Like she goes to temple more.
Okay, you didn't invite her, huh?
She has work.
Thank you. Yeah, Ryan, please. Yeah.
I learned a lot of interesting stuff. The biggest takeaway for me was like I already knew that there was like sort of different sects of Buddhism, like Mahayana and Theravada, but like I liked learning more like the in-depth reason why they're very different, or they're foundationally from like a similar place, but their values are a little bit different here and there. I thought that was very interesting. I did like doing things online, and I normally like working alone, so I was fine doing that.
Did you go to field trip, or did you enjoy the in-class online meeting format, or what?
I like the online meeting format, and I did go to a temple. It's pretty interesting to be around that sort of culture.
Yeah, thank you. V, please.
Hi, so my biggest giveaway is that before I was in this class, I actually know a little bit of Buddhism, but like all of the thing I know is not very in depth. Like my mind was very like blurry, and I just know the basic stuff. So when I was in this class, I got the chance to dive deep into that topic. So I actually really enjoyed that. And I enjoy doing work by myself.
Did you share anything with your sibling, family, or friends about things that you study here?
Yes, I told my sister that if next semester she has a chance, she should take this class.
Good, thank you. Extra, please.
I learned a lot more about Buddhism because I had like learned a little bit by myself, like personal studies. So having a class dedicated to it throughout the semester, I've learned a lot more and like been able to dive deeper. And I did visit your temple, and I really enjoyed it and like experiencing a new type of like religious culture. And I enjoyed the hybrid. I liked that it was online because it was more flexible, but I liked coming to class sometimes too.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Sydney, are you there, Sydney?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I would say personally for me, what I took from this class, I think learning about more self-compassion and having that like space for myself to be like, oh, I can make a mistake and still grow from this and still like learn from my consequences and stuff like that. And then I would say being online and in person helped me because I can also like connect with the people there and also be able to like see people's perspectives on Buddhism as well. So I would say hybrid, I would like both.
Yeah, some of you mentioned about, remember I mentioned self-compassion, especially this week, right? The final week. So I try your best and
Yeah.
accept that you are human. You make mistake. When
Right.
especially when you take a multiple choice, don't push too hard, don't punish yourself, don't have what called self-criticism. That's unhealthy. Accept whatever didn't happen. Try your best, that's all.
Right. Like it's all out of your control. So it's better just to like live in the present. So
Yeah, when you have that kind of self-compassion, much easier for you to be compassionate to others. If you push yourself too hard, if you beat yourself up, there's no way for you to have real compassion to other people. You should start with yourself first. It doesn't mean that's indulgent. That means you enjoy you don't care much about oral. That's different story, right? Take care of your health, your physical health, your mental, your psychological, and so forth. All right, thank you. Leo, please.
The thing I took away the most is what I know more about Buddhism. I grew up in Vic and I learned a lot of about Buddhism, but the terminology in Vic is really hard to understand, especially when I'm like very young. But now I had learned more in depth about Buddhism is like expand my knowledge about it.
Okay.
And I really enjoy online class because it's convenient, so I don't have to drive like crazy far.
Yeah. So 3 times, 4 times for in class meetings is enough, or you want to have more or less? What do you think?
I feel like once a month is like a perfect amount that you can like know people face, do enough to like work with them more comfortable. But yeah.
Once per month is average, right? All right, thank you. Tessa, please.
The main thing that I took away from this course was some of the stuff we learned about meditation, like its benefits on the brain. I thought that was super interesting. And then, yeah, I guess I like the format of this class because I do have to work after, so it's good it's online. But it was nice to meet in person a few times just to, get to know people.
So which format? Online, in person, or what?
I guess my favorite would be online just because it's convenient for my schedule.
You work with someone else on the online group meditation, or you did the paper?
For the midterm, I worked with a partner.
You enjoy that?
Yeah, it was fun.
Thank you. Gemma, please. Gemma, can you hear? Yeah.
Did you say me, Professor?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, sorry, my service cut out for a second, so I hope you can hear me.
Yeah.
But I think my biggest takeaway from this class would be the ideas of like intention, karma, and compassion and how they kind of work together. I feel like it's kind of been in the back of my mind since we learned it, and just checking in with myself and like making sure my intentions are not being misled, because a lot of times obviously that happens like unconsciously. And the other valuable part, I think, was just the experience factor of actually going to a temple in person, just because that culture is not something I'm familiar with. So I think that's something I'll remember for a long time. And my favorite format, I feel like I just learned better in person, but online is more convenient. But I'm still going to go with in person. I think I like that a little bit better.
Good, thank you. Alexis, please.
We're talking about why I like Buddhism because I think what I got out of it was like meditation practices and stuff like that. Like I realized that it was a deeper, unlike other religions, it's like more about yourself and things like that. So I started like practicing that myself just because I like their values. And then I prefer online classes. It just works better for me.
Convenient by one, huh?
Yeah.
Rishi, are you there? Just say something and we come back to you, okay? You are the only one that present today. We still have time for you. But Rishi, what you learn, what you take away from this class?
A variety of things. Like, like I was born in like a Hindu household, so I don't really know much about like Buddhism, like specifically. So I wanted to get a better understanding of that. So I think this course has helped me in a lot of ways to understand that perspective, and understand like Buddha's teachings better.
You know much about Hinduism, right? It's a similarity between Buddhism and Hinduism, and also much different too, right? So which
Yeah.
part you enjoy?
Sorry, could you repeat that?
Which format that you enjoy the most? Online, in-class meeting, field trip, and so forth. Which one?
I think I like the online version, and also the field trip was nice because I got to see the like the celebration at your temple. So that was
Okay.
good.
Okay, thank you. Milan, please.
I think like what I took away from this class was like the field trip and like doing the going to a temple and like knowing what that was like. I think it was like good preparation because you know in South India they have a lot of temples and whenever I go with my family we try to go and try to see some of these. So it's like it made me understand it more. And I think I prefer the in-person format just because it was more engaging and I felt like I liked like meeting people, so I thought that was cool.
Thank you. Zara, please.
Well, I never really knew anything about Buddhism, so I feel like now I have a well-rounded knowledge about it. And I guess what I learned is like to live in the moment and not like worry about the future or the plans.
And which
And I like the online format because I have a class at 2:30.
So we see each other once a month. That's enough, right? That's more than enough, right? Okay. Holden, please. Thank you. Holden.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I think what I take most away about this class is kind of like the cultural traditions of Buddhism. I used to think that it was just about, you know, meditation and the Buddha, but you know, as we were reading, I mean, I like learning about some of the cultural practices in different parts of like the world, and also the importance of like different deities that I didn't even know about, the Bodhisattva or any of these other like I don't know how to say it, like guardian deities. I thought it was just like the Buddha. So I thought that was really interesting. And the field trip I thought was definitely worth it. Actually, I've never been to anything like that. So I thought the prayer was really nice in the field trip.
So you came to my center, right?
Yeah, I was there.
And then you recognize it's beneficial for us to do bilingual, right? So you could follow through. Others
Yeah.
appear rare when you go to Chinese, Vietnamese, Korean. So most of the time they just do their own languages, not bilingual.
Yeah, I
Ian,
appreciate that.
Ian, please.
Honestly, there was a lot that I took away from this course. It's really hard to just limit it to one thing. I guess if I had to say it, it's really just the way of Buddha. I was able to really go into depth about his different paths of suffering that he went down. You know, I didn't know that about him. You know, when they teach you the basics, they don't teach you that he suffered quite a bit. And so I thought that was very interesting. And it taught me some things about myself and how suffering it's needed in order to escape suffering, is what I've seen. Temporal suffering for eternal separation. I really enjoyed the hybrid, and I like that it was a one-time in-person meeting. I guess something that I would like to have would be like more interactive, like where you do like practices in class. Like it would be cool to like put into practice some of the things that we learned. You know, I think that would be very cool to do, and I think it would help people really learn what it means to do the actions of a Buddhist. I think that would pair perfectly with that. So yeah, those were my thoughts.
Yeah, that's your comment. I will implement that for my next class. Okay, Victoria, please.
I think the biggest thing I've taken away from this class would be learning the concepts of meditation, because before like learning about it, I usually just sit in I really don't really sit into my thoughts. I really just shove them like deep down. But after meditation and learning about it, I've learned how to actually sit with my feelings and actually understand what I'm thinking about. Now, for the overall style of the class, I think I do prefer the hybrid aspect of it because it does give me time to know who I'm taking the class with and like being able to see faces, but also give me my own time to work at my own pace.
Did you work with someone in the online group meditation?
I did not. I wrote a paper.
You wrote a paper. Okay, let's see here. Sydney, Rick, are you there? Yeah, go ahead, please.
Yes, I'm here. What I enjoyed about this class was, well, what I took from it, I learned a lot about like how to treat others just on a daily basis. It's always on my mind, like treat others how I want to be treated, spread more kindness because it's a lot of like mean people in the world. And just for myself also. And I'm also trying to incorporate more like meditation into my days. Well, I'm starting that soon, but yeah, and I like the online version, but I also like being in person with everybody and getting to know people.
Thank you. Nia, please, you're the last one.
Okay, hold on. I gotta move somewhere. Basically, what I enjoyed from this class and what I learned was Buddhism is not like a set religion, so you don't have to be a monk to practice Buddhism, and everyone's path is unique to them. So I really enjoy that about Buddhism. And then, okay, yeah, class. Oh, and what was that? What was another question?
The format.
Oh, I enjoy being online more because I just like to stay to myself, and I feel like I learn better when I can do it on my own time rather than having to walk to class and being around other people. So I like it online better.
So you went to my center on Saturday with your boyfriend, right? Who really like to learn Buddhism, right?
Yeah, he really enjoyed it.
You share things that you learned from the class with him?
Yes, and he helped me with my final presentation. I
Really?
did it over the Four Noble Truths. So yeah.
That's nice. Okay, so Ray, thank you. Do I miss anyone? Okay, so that's wonderful. So before we turn to Rishi to do his 30 minutes presentation, let me make an announcement. Okay, I know there's this is the final who going to take some final exam next week. Oh, okay. So most of you would be done by this week, right? Anyway, so I always like to help you out to get good grade. If you follow the guidelines, if you follow the rupees, if you follow the syllabus, you'll be fine. So I give you guys the times to submit everything by this Sunday. Okay. Other professor would not allow you to do so. If you miss, let's say number 1, number 2, you still submit that. Okay. So I give you that chance to make up everything by this Sunday the 10th. Okay. So submit everything that you miss, whether it's Windows 1, 2, whichever you miss. All right, you can submit without any penalty. I don't want to put any penalty. I just want to see the quality of your work. And please be careful with the AI. Okay, please careful with that. It doesn't mean that I discourage you guys to use us, but somehow it will mess up your grade. It's better to write on your own wording. Okay, is that fair? yeah, everything include final. You can submit final today and now to Sunday, everything by Sunday. Okay, so I give you time so that you can enjoy your work. Remember, after this, you would not have much time to learn. Like I told you guys before, I don't want to learn everything in rush, right? Let me just wait for me. Please give me a moment.
Wait, Professor. Are you saying like the presentation isn't due today, or it's still due today, right?
Professor, you're muted.
Okay, so again, you can submit your final today, or from now to Sunday, everything by Sunday. Okay, it's up to you. I give you time so that you can put things that you need to say in your final presentation. I value the quality of your work. Okay, so not in rush. It's my own experience that if we are not in rush, we enjoy our times. If we're in rush, we miss here and there. That's why, since I was teaching, I would not give any multiple choice test because it's fair, but I don't want to be in rush. So when you calm your mind up, you can see things more clear. You can say things more concrete, more precise. And the important thing is to enjoy things. Okay, so I don't give you guys any kind. I try my best not to give you guys any kind of stress. All right, so please pay attention on that. I think all the professors would not care much, right? They care about how they do the work, but I really care for you guys. Okay, I care for your grade, and I give you so much chance, right, to improve your rate. And if you have problem, email to me and we can talk on the Zoom. Okay, we can resolve so that you can learn that the aspect of Buddhist practice I implement in my life. Right, I don't want to rush myself. I don't want to push other people too much. Sometimes I push myself too, but still we have to have the calm mind, a peaceful mind to deal with any situation. Especially this is the hectic week for you guys, the final one. Who are taking at least 4 final for the, okay, it's a lot, right? Arena is a lot for you. Okay. All right. So any question? All right. So you can submit your final today, anytime today or anytime from now to Sunday. Anything, okay? I give you that chance. And one more time, I repeat again. If you miss either online meeting or in-class meeting, I give you, you can make up 3 only, not all, only 3. For example, if you miss 4 of them, you can make up only 3. So let's say if you miss week 4, you go back to week 4, the list of the question, pick different question from the thing that you have done, and respond that question in a similar way as respond to doing respond, and email to me, right? So I can give you the credits. and I think some of you have some extra credits, right? Up to now, right? So some of you may have up to 45. Who have up to 45 extra point? Any one of you? No, 30. Any one of you got 30 extra point? Wow, that's nice. Maybe if you got 15, right? When you went to my center, right? I give you that chance, and that's all. All right. Okay. Any more question? Before we move on to Rishi, and after Rishi speak, everyone please take a piece of paper, take out a piece of paper, and write something. Write the note. Gives Rishi comment. Okay, how is his presentation? Give him comment from 0 to 10. Okay. All right, it's up to you. All right, and send email to me. Email to me your comment. Okay, I will look over that, and I will take a look up those comment, and give him the overall rate. Any question after Rishi presentation? If you have more questions, stay with me. We stay back, or you can go. Or from now to Sunday, anytime you need me. Especially have any question, any doubt, any problem with your paper, with your presentation, whichever, I can talk to you on Zoom. We made that as I mean that we will make the appointment to talk. Okay. Yes, Andrea, yeah.
So for this final, does it have to be a presentation, or can we do the analysis paper?
I'm sorry. I told
The
you
presentation
should be
Okay.
presentation. Please follow
Okay.
the right.
Yeah,
Please.
that's what I thought, but you just said paper, so I just wanted to ask.
No paper. Yeah, because I think you have enough writing already, right? So that, and also I told you last time that I want to hear from you. I want to know how much you understand about Buddhism through your visual expression and presentation. It makes sense in writing.
Yeah, I'm doing the presentation. I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, please no writing, okay, for final one. Okay, since we learn mainly we learn online, so that's why I want to see how you present yourself, how much you understand Buddhism. Any question? Anything before we move on? Okay, so if that's the case, please everyone take a note and give Rishi some comment. Okay, after that you can send email to me, right? You can email to me your comment about Rishi presentation. Okay, Rishi, are you ready? Okay, you have
Yes.
share your screen now, right?
Yeah, if I can share my screen, that would be great.
Yeah, I get you that co-host. Go ahead. You know how the green button on the yeah. Go ahead. That's good. Go ahead.
Did it work?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So my presentation. So okay, first of all, hi everyone. My name is Rishi. I'm a sophomore. And my presentation is about meditation in Buddhism. So just to start off, hold on. Did it work?
Yeah, go
There
ahead.
we go. Okay. So throughout this presentation, just want to give you a little timeline of like what I'm going to be talking about. First thing I'll do is set some context. Just some like basic ideas in Buddhism. So like the Four Noble Truths and the Eightfold Path, so we can establish a framework that meditation will be related to. And then I'll be talking about like meditation overall, some common misconceptions, for commonly practiced meditation methods in Buddhism, challenges to feeling meditated and like having successful I guess practice of doing your meditation. And then I'll briefly go over benefits of doing meditation, as well as some scientific studies. And at the end, I will conclude overall everything that is like the whole presentation. So first, I just want to establish like a framework. So when we're talking about meditation, it's just not like sitting down and um, just thinking about how can I be calm. It's more about um, how does it fit within the framework of Buddhism. So when a Buddhist or somebody who's trying to do that sort of practice is engaging with meditation, it's related to these sort of ideas. So first you have the Four Noble Truths, which is dukkha, suffering, samudaya, the origin of suffering, nirodha, which is trying to remove yourself from that, and trying to realize that you can actually end your suffering. And then magga, which is uh, actually giving you a path to take yourself away from those perils in your life. So I won't go too much into detail. Because that would be like a whole nother presentation, but I want to briefly mention that before I start getting into the bulk of the content. So you can think about it and how why meditation is important in order to remove yourself from the suffering of human nature. So just overall meditation in Buddhism, meditation holds a central role in Buddhist practices, and it's really used as a way to attain spiritual awakening. It's considered a path to understand the nature of reality as well as liberate yourself from suffering. And it's really a transformative process. So it's very different from just closing your eyes or sleeping, because those things also lead to relaxation. But meditation in Buddhism goes much beyond that. So uh, it's the difference. And um, as mentioned before, they're really entwined with a lot of the core tenets of Buddhism. So the main thing is to address dukkha, which is suffering, um, and it directly engages with Buddhist philosophy in that sense. So some common misconceptions about Buddhism, or sorry, about meditation, uh, is that meditation is only for monks. So one misconception is that like only monks can do it, or you have to live in a forest and sit under a tree, in a monastic lifestyle, and then only you can meditate. But that's actually not true. Anyone from all walks of life can do it, even if you're a busy CEO or somebody who is a monk. So it's something that everyone can do. It's open to everyone. Um, and there's also no religious requirement. So you don't have to claim that you are of a certain group. So you don't have to say you're Buddhist, or you don't have to say um, you're like part of any other group to actually engage with meditation. Um, what's important is like trying to actually uh, engage with the practice as successfully as possible in a way that is beneficial to you. In addition, you're also trying to you're not trying to like empty your mind completely. So it's not always removing like all the thoughts and just sitting there in one spot. It's really the goal is more so to observe your thoughts without attachment and promote a state of mindfulness and awareness. Um, Another misconception is that it takes a long time to see benefits. Like one of my friends, for example, when were having a conversation recently, he was like, it takes so long to, like, it'll take like 5 years or something to see benefits from meditation. But on the flip side, it's actually it's really individualistic. So for some people, it could take a long time. For some people, it could happen in like a day. So it's really about your situation, the effort you put in, um, and that sort of stuff. And piggybacking on that sort of idea, there's no uh, one size fits all for meditation. So let's say I'm doing Vipassana, that works for me, but it may not work for um, my brother, right? So maybe he likes samatha meditation more. So it really depends on your preferences and your needs. So today I'll be going through these four common types of Buddhist practices of meditation. So one, you have samatha, which can roughly be translated to tranquility. Then you have metta bhavana, which is roughly translated to loving kindness, and you have vipassana, which is insights, and then you have anapanasati, which is mindfulness of your breath. So first one we have is vipassana or insights. Vipassana meditation, often referred to as insight meditation, is profoundly rooted in a lot of Buddhist traditions, and it's not just concentrating on something, you're trying to actually understand the nature of reality. So some key elements that go into Vipassana is your Vipassana meditation aims to provide insight into the impermanent nature of all phenomena. So practitioners could observe the constant rising and passing away of thoughts. So maybe I'm thinking about a boat on the sea, and then the thought goes away, and then another thought comes by. So you have passing, you have thoughts that come and thoughts that go. Same thing with sensations. So maybe you feel like an itch in your toe, and then the itch is gone. And then you have mindful awareness. So unlike samatha, which we'll get into later, Vipassana doesn't fixate on a single point of concentration. Instead, it encourages a broad awareness of the present moment, allowing practitioners to observe thoughts and sensations as they arise. You also have observation of sensations, and this is actually a very important feature of Vipassana, is that you're focused on observing all the different feelings that are happening in your body. So let's say I'm sitting in this chair right now, right? So my feet are in socks, and those socks are in shoes. So that's a sensation. Similarly, I'm touching the arms of the chair. So that's another sensation. So it's about observing those realities that your body senses, and then trying to not be attached to it. And when we say attachment, we don't say like, it's not just I like it. It's also like just feeling nothing very specific about it. So you don't like it or you don't not like it. So neither way. Moving on to the stages of Vipassana, you have mindfulness of your breath. Like I mentioned before, you're trying to sense all the senses that you're trying to think about all the senses that your body is going through, like a body scan. And then you have equanimity. So the practice often begins with mindfulness of breath, but you're trying to expand your awareness in all aspects of experience. With Vipassana, the central thing is that you're trying to develop like balance within your body. So let's say I'm doing Vipassana and then like a fly just lands on my face. So I should not react to that. I should be aware of the sensation, but not feel agitated. So that's what Vipassana is trying to get at. So whether it's pleasant or unpleasant sensations, we should not react in a very agitated manner to either of them. The next, one of the other meditation types, which is really common in Buddhist tradition, is Metta Bhavana meditation or loving kindness. This one is really unique. I actually didn't know about this until before I prepared for this presentation. But Metta Bhavana, or simply referred to as Metta meditation, is a transformative practice which cultivates, it's trying to get you to form a loving kindness and goodwill towards others and yourself. So you can think of it like generosity, but much, much more. So key elements that go into this sort of meditation is you have metta, which is loving kindness. Metta comes from the Pali word that's translated to loving kindness or benevolence. And this meditation is seeking to develop an unconditional and boundless sense of love and goodwill. So it's not just, let's say I love my cat. It's not just like that, or I love my dog, right? But also having love towards everything and everyone around you and all the living creatures and plants, animals, etc. So it's very, very overarching, not just on like a familiar relationship. So not just like within your family. Second key element is the 4 stages of radiance. So meditation typically involves a systemic progression through 4 stages, directing loving kindness towards oneself. So me towards myself, towards my loved ones, towards my acquaintances, and then even those who one may have difficulties with. So let's say like I have an enemy at school, right? So even towards those people, having the maturity to go beyond your lower level feelings and reach beyond the bridge, you know? So that's what it's about. And the third key element is positive affirmations. So this is a more sort of recent term which can help you understand Metta Bhavana. So we use the word positive affirmations to describe a lot of things. So you know, if I have a test coming up, so a lot of us have finals, right? So if I have a test coming up, telling myself I'm gonna do great, I know the material, I'm smart, I'm amazing. Those are like positive affirmations. So it's very, very similar to that. Buddhist practitioners or whoever is doing Metta Bhavana will often use specific phrases or affirmations to express goodwill. And these phrases are repeated during meditation to cultivate a genuine sense of loving and kindness. There's also stages in Metta Bhavana. So you have self-love and well-wishing. This practice begins with directing loving kindness towards oneself and then recognizing your worthiness. So actually realizing that you have like value in society and to yourself, and offering sincere well wishes for one's happiness, peace, and well-being. Second stage is loved ones. So you're expanding the circle now. So family, friends, or anyone else who you have some sort of closeness with or some sort of bond with, extending your wishes to them, saying that I wish for your happiness, I wish for you to be content and satisfied and fulfilled. The third level is acquaintances. So maybe somebody you know from like a class, like a classmate, right? So a lot of us here are classmates to each other. So extending that goodwill to all of our classmates, for example, because they're acquaintances or our colleagues, right? So this is the third level, and it's increasing our circle of goodwill to a wider range of people. And then the last but most difficult one, I would say, is challenging relationships. So this is like sort of more advanced. So you have to have like a lot of control and serenity to approach people who you've had like hard relationships with. So let's say, I guess, something that's could be relevant. Let's say if in the past you had like a boyfriend or a girlfriend, and then you broke up with them, right? So that's a challenging relationship because now you don't know how to interact with that person. It's very awkward in a sense, right? So the fourth level of Metta Bhavana is going all the way to that distance and saying, I'm going to dissolve my animosity and I'm going to foster understanding. Moving on to the third common meditation practice in Buddhism, it's called samatha, or which is tranquility. And Samatha meditation is a foundational practice in Buddhist traditions. It emphasizes the development of concentration. So this is different from Vipassana, because Vipassana is just, it comes and goes, but Samatha is different because you're trying to actually like concentrate on a specific point of sorts. So key elements here are focus on the breath. So people who are engaging in samatha often start by directing their attention to the natural rhythm of their breath. So inhale and exhale. And the goal is not to control your breath, but to observe it. So imagine if I'm sitting here and I'm breathing, I should feel like I'm an outside observer watching myself breathe. It kind of, not exactly, but that's how it should feel. And the second aspect is calming the mind. So the primary aspect of samatha is to cultivate a calm and focused mind. By repeatedly bringing attention back to the breath, you are learning to quiet the thoughts in your head and any distractions that are going on. So let's say, for example, a TV is playing a movie in the background, right? So that's a hurdle that you have to cross. So that's what samatha is trying to do. And samatha also has progressive stages, although I won't go into too much detail there. So samatha meditation typically involves progressive stages of concentration, beginning with awareness of breath. You can also advance to higher levels, such as objects to focus on. So, for example, I have this water bottle here. It's sitting on the table. That could be the object which I focus on. So, you can also have an object. You can have a mental image or a specific sensation. So, maybe I don't know. My foot is in my sock right now, in my shoe. So that's a specific sensation. So anything of those nature you can focus on, and that will help you progress in samatha. So the key aspect here is you're actually trying to concentrate on a specific um, process. So whether it's your breath or touch or a mental image, there's actually a point of focus. And the benefits of samatha meditation include stress reduction. So regular practice is associated with reduced stress levels. Focusing on your breath also allows you to have a sense of calmness inside yourself. You also have enhanced concentration. So training your mind in concentration enhances overall focus and attention. This high concentration can positively impact you in different aspects of your life. A third benefit of samatha meditation is inner peace. So as the mind becomes more tranquil, a profound sense of inner peace is cultivated. And this extends beyond your meditation session. So let's say, for example, let's take the test example, right? So I have a final right after this call, actually, right? So that's a challenge. But if I did samatha, maybe it could help me with navigating that challenge and approaching it in a better way, which is more calculated and not as aggravated or sporadic. Moving on to the a fourth technique, meditation technique that's common to Buddhist tradition is anapanasati. I'm probably saying it wrong, but this is mindfulness of breathing. So the one before this is samatha. Breath is involved, but that's not like the key thing. It's more about concentrating, right? Anapanasati is very, very focused on breathing. So anapanasati is a meditation practice which is particularly common in Theravada. So the term is coming from two Pali words. You have anapana, referring to inhaling and exhaling, so breathing in and out, and then sati, which is mindfulness or awareness. And together, this is translated as mindfulness of breathing. So some key aspects of this form of meditation is you are directing your attention specifically to the natural and rhythmic inhaling and exhaling. So uh, the this is like really a focal point for your mindfulness. You're trying to uh, block everything out and just focus on your breathing. So that's what's unique about it. Um, it's rooted in cultivating a sense of awareness in the present moment. So forgetting about what happened in the past and what problems or amazing things will happen in the future. And by attentively observing your breath, you're trying to bring attention from here, you're trying to bring attention to here and let go of all the distractions and other thoughts that are happening with you. Um, Another key aspect is concentration or samadhi. Um, you're trying to just like get fully absorbed in your breath, and um, it's like focused tranquility in a sense. You also have a mindful breathing cycle. So um, oftentimes you will have like a specific amount of time to breathe in, and then maybe you would pause for a specific amount of time and then breathe out for a specific amount of time. So this is actually very similar to something that I've done in the past. Not the same practice, but um, the one where I would do it, it's like we would sit down, close your eyes, and then breathe in for 5 seconds, hold for 3 seconds, and then breathe out for 7 seconds. So I think it's very similar to Anapanasati. And essentially, you're trying to uh, help refine your mindfulness and hone in on the present moment. So moving on to the stages, you have mindfulness of breath, awareness of your body, and contemplation of the impermanence. So you're so you're trying to like develop a sense of wisdom and use this meditation as a tool to get you there. And another sort of, this applies for all four, but one thing that all of these are trying to do is stay in the present moment. You're trying to forget about all the suffering that's happening throughout your life. So let's say like I hurt my leg, doing Anapanasati could help me with sort of dissociating myself from that and focusing on the present moment. Moving on to the challenges of meditation. As you can see, this person is punching his computer because he's probably very frustrated that maybe his code didn't work or the program, like, I don't know, the stock market crashed, right? So just like that, we also have challenges to meditation. And if we don't navigate those challenges effectively, we're also going to get frustrated and do very rash things like this man is doing over here. So when you engage in meditation, you know, there's a lot of obstacles that may come. So for example, one thing is like restlessness. So there was a time when like I was just sitting down trying to meditate, but I was like really hungry or something, right? So my body would just feel like tired. It was like trying to convince me to not meditate or something. Or maybe my leg falls asleep because I've been sitting there for a long time, right? So these are all different obstacles, and we have to get past these or try to not destroy them, but work with them and see how we can live beyond the obstacles that are there. So For example, another thing is like you could maybe there's like a party, right? So I'm planning to meet my friends in a couple of days, for example, right? So I could be thinking about that. How am I uh how am I gonna dress up, or like what am I gonna bring, or who's gonna be there? So this is all different thoughts, and that could make it difficult for us to focus during our meditation, whether we're focusing on our breath, like anapanasati, or a mantra, or any other like focal points. Additionally, if you don't see results from your meditation, like if you have been meditating for 5 years and you still feel really um you're just like you're not able to get past the challenges of the day, or um you're still making like minimum wage or something, right? So these are all you're gonna be like, oh, the meditation is not working, so maybe I should stop, right? But we shouldn't do that. We should have a little bit of patience towards our efforts, because as was mentioned before, uh, you may not get immediate results, and it really just depends on you and I guess how much effort you put, or your own situation. So um, when you don't witness immediate results, or struggle to like reach a deep state of consciousness, you could feel frustrated, but that's okay. In addition, you could be having like physical discomfort, right? So if I got in like a back injury from playing basketball, and then for like 3 months I have like back pain, right? So that's a thing, that's an issue that we have to deal with. But we have to sort of toughen up and go beyond that, and really focus in and hone in on the meditative practice, so we can get the benefits of uh, those things. Moreover, you could have like external problems like noise or interruptions. So maybe you're trying to meditate in your room, but your parents are watching a movie in the living room. So uh, that's going to disrupt you. Maybe the TV is super loud and you can't like focus, right? So in these sort of situations, we have to remain compassionate to ourselves. So the whole thing about self-love, the loving kindness, right? So we have to approach ourselves with compassion and patience. And hopefully, if we do that and we don't judge ourselves, we'll be able to practice with resilience and persistence. And hopefully, this will contribute to our personal growth, and also deepen our understanding of our own mind. Moving on, just like benefits of meditation, I won't take too long on this side, but um, just like from across a variety of different spectrums, there's like a lot of benefits to meditation, whether it's physical, mental, or spiritual. You have, as I mentioned, like you have stress reduction, relaxation. You just feel better.
Yeah, that's good. Wow, you guys wrote down. You guys did you guys write down the comment for him? So probably somehow his internet was cut off. Anyway, so that day then, that day is almost done, and okay, so I think that's all for us for today. And if you want to stay back and talk with me about your day, your paper, anything, just stay back. And if from now until this Sunday, email to me. We can set up a times to talk about your grade, your paper, anything that you have doubt, so that when you're done with this class, I hope that you enjoy. Okay. Any question for me in general? So probably his computer, I mean, the internet was cut off, so he come back later on. That's okay. We can talk to him. Anything else? Okay, if that's the case, Yeah.
Could I share the slide?
What's that?
If it's okay, could I share the slide again? I was on the last two slides, so it won't take too long.
Oh, sure. Okay. Okay. All right. Try to make it short, okay? Yeah. Go ahead.
Sure.
Hmm.
Here. Okay. Oh God. It's doing something weird. There we go. Okay. So, can you see it?
Yeah.
Or is it okay? So, just quickly, there's like a lot of different benefits across many different spectrums. So essentially, like meditation is sort of like a tool for you to navigate the complexities of your thought and approach your emotions with greater clarity. In sort of in summary, like in recent times, like there's been a lot of studies in many different fields, trying to use meditation to see how it could be beneficial for different groups of people. So, for example, you have like the emerging role of meditation in addressing psychiatric illness, right? Or substance abuse, right? So these are all huge issues. And we can see that meditation is being approached to try and solve these things. So you even have, even in the field of law, on the potential contributions of mindfulness meditation to law students, lawyers, and their clients. So I think since we have this opportunity, we should really take a moment to look at meditation with a good sort of like a new light and see how it could be of benefit to us, especially seeing that so many others see value in its profound practices. So, in conclusion, meditation, as embraced in Buddhism, encompasses various practices from serving different purposes. So, you have samatha meditation, vipassana, metta bhavana, and anapanasati. They're all slightly different, but they all help one try to remove themselves from suffering and continue on the Eightfold Path. So, holistically, it's a journey of self-discovery and integration of mind, body, and spirit. With that, I'd like to conclude my presentation. Thank you for listening to me, and I hope I wasn't too boring. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. Any question for him? Any question? So Rishi, I have one question before we move on. Thank you, Rishi. Thanks for the question of Buddhist meditation. So which specific methods that you utilize in your daily life for doing meditation?
I would say like, so because for us, like we have the meditation is very similar. So some of the sort of practices resonate with some of what I've done, like when I was growing up or something. So, but currently I would say probably like Vipassana. Just like, because when I'm like really tired, I'll just like lay down or sit in a chair and then close my eyes and just like focus on like what's happening, like what sounds do I hear, like how am I breathing or whatever. So, a mix, but mostly that one, I guess.
Thank you. Any question for him? Thank you. So one more time, who are taking my class as writing? Okay. You guys seen do you have that kind of improving in your writing? Me? How is that? How's your improvement of
I
writing?
feel like I've gotten better at writing essays with in-text citations and stuff like that. Like I could sit here and write a 300-word essay with no problems now.
Yeah. Austin, you see any improvement in your writing?
Yes, I think I've improved in my writing a lot, like checking my grammar and things like that.
Yeah, especially you are a college student. Remember, the basic rule is to cite the sources clearly. Okay, don't put the books and without any kind of page number and so forth. Okay, Milan, you learn anything about writing? Skill here?
Yeah, I learned a lot about like exactly what Austin was saying about like grammar and like how to properly write.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm. Okay, so the rest, that's all. That's all I want to share with you. Please, one more time, you either submit your final presentation today, tomorrow, until this Sunday, December the 10th. That's the last day for you to submit everything, right? Yeah, that you missed. Okay. So the only thing I want to talk to you is Ryan and Sydney Barfield, Ian. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. Denti. Right. Okay. Okay. The rest, if you want to stay back, you're welcome. Otherwise, you can go. And that's all for us today. So good luck on your final. Okay. Yeah. Good luck on your final and enjoy your class, and hopefully see you sometime around the campus.